is it? She called out across the black library. Who is that? I've spent 20 years of my precious life in school and I've just signed up for courses in the fall. If I don't become part of the human race, I'll kill myself. Is that you, Mr. Falanzano? Please love me. I'm here. I'm ready. And we race to each other. The wind our bodies made racing through all the overdue cards flying into the air. Overdue cards no longer blossoms from a thank God early spring.
Help!
A plea for help. It sounded an echo, a little sir echo within my own heart. So I quickly undressed her and then myself. And while she arranged our things with a neatness that was her trademark and the bane of the overdue fine room, I arranged on the floor of the neglected masterpieces section a bed, a couch made of a photostats of Elizabethan love lyrics. And she said to me, "Oh, I've never loved anyone before, so I want this to be good." And I thought, I'd never loved anyone before either. So I took a copy of Love Without Fear, and she took a modern manual on how to do it, and we wrapped our bodies. Like Christmas packages for people you love, we wrapped our glowing, phosphorant, about to become human bodies around each other, and began to read. For the first time in our lives, we wore flesh for clothing instead of baggy tweed. After many months of meeting at night in the stacks, undressing, reading all the books on the art and science of love, boning up, you might say, for the final exam, we finally thought we had a system down. Up, in, We'd written that formula down so many times we knew it by rote. For in the world of sex, you want nothing to go wrong. I brought contraceptives, she brought contraceptives, as we'd been instructed to do in the New York Post's weekend series, Stop That Baby. We thought we were finally ready. It was a full moon that night. We took a quick gander at human sexual response and cleared our throats. The library closed, and we came out of our hiding places. We waited for the night watchman to pass by, and then we met in the stacks of the rare book room. To be double sure, she had wrapped herself from head to foot in saran wrap. And I'd remembered the teachings I had been taught and pasted the Playmate of the Month on her head, and finally proceeded into her. Perhaps some of the 127 rubber devices I wore on my erect bookmark dulled the sensation a little. But all went well. As well as Chapter 7 of Ideal Marriage had led us to believe. Oh, if we'd been doing it for credit, I would have given us an A. An A+. Well, a B+ anyway. Weeks later, Miss Pringle came to me. You were on coffee break with tears in her eyes. Tears in her watermark blue eyes. And she placed my pasting hand on her wound. What was that? A swelling? A distension? Life within her? Despite the 127 suits of armor, the 11 diaphragms, the 681 white pills, the 3 100-foot rolls of saran wrap, despite all these precautions, life had managed to creep, no, triumph through. I loved Miss Pringle, but she did not want the child. I went uptown to the Yorkville branch where nobody knew us, and I got out a copy of Ann Landers, getting rid of that senior prom boo-boo and putting yourself into freshman honors. Within it contained all the information, technical and otherwise, we needed for getting rid of our child. What had been our photostatic bed of love became an operating table. And I, who had been so proud for inserting life into such a difficult envelope, proceeded once again into Miss Pringle. And I removed, not a child, not a miniature fetus of me, I removed my hands felt. I pulled out a undeveloped volume of the complete works of Dr. Spock. Only this big. Time would have gestated it into a full set. Time and nature. But what hurt me was my juice. That I'd been so proud. That juice that I'd bragged to call triumphant could only father, only create a dull set of books. My life had been lived in books. I had become a book. Library paste. We would all been better off if we'd never even opened a book.
Look, the lion's walking down the steps, back to its perch. Isn't it New York for you? Nobody even look. They all think it's candid camera. You can shut down Fifth Avenue and UDE, and nobody even look. I mean, I'd look at you, Mr. Falanzano, with your clothes on or anything. The lion is back on his perch. You would never even know he moved, except for that little piece of pink garter dangling on his tooth like a piece of stone. You would never even know he moved.
You would never even know he moved.
A day was such a surprise.